Well, back here at Mom and Dad's house, day off. Thought I'd do a couple things to the wagon. If you look closely here, leak in transmission fluid. It's been a very pesky leak I cannot figure out. So I'm going to address that. I was going to load a new tune onto the 6010, however I seem to have forgotten my serial cable, like an idiot. It's alright, neither here nor there. I'll get it next time. But chiefly, I want to address this freaking leak. I thought it was the fill tube, and it might be. It's leaking from this corner. And this thing's been jacked up for 2 weeks, and it's still dripping from the front here. This corner. It's very annoying. I can't seem to figure it out. I might have to pull the transmission out. But for a Band-Aid fix, got one of these deep sump aluminum pans. Holds 2 more quarts. Comes with the appropriate hardware and the filter spacer. The plan was to install the pan, and like I said, it comes with the appropriate filter spacer, and that way I don't have to run all the extra fluid. It holds 2 extra quarts, but if I put the stock amount in, or maybe a quart more, when the converter drains back, it won't flood the transmission. And in theory, it should stop leaking. Yes, I know it sounds stupid, but it only leaks when it sits. It doesn't leak when it drives. Take it for a long drive, park it, it's fine. You let it sit for a couple days, it'll drip. The right answer, the correct answer, is to pull the transmission out and reseal the whole thing, which I thought I did. But I suspect if it's not leaking from that fill tube, it's leaking from the front pump. Not the torque converter seal, I changed it, the pump itself. So, I'm going to install this pan, put the stock amount of fluid, maybe plus 1 extra quart, so when the fluid drains back, it'll just go into the pan and not flood the rest of the transmission, like happens in any other situation. So I'm going to get to it. So I got the transmission draining. I don't know why the engineers at General Motors decided to put a drain plug on some of the transmission pans and not many of the others. It's so handy to have. And then the new pan, I got it off eBay. It was about 90 bucks. I forget the supplier. It came from Pennsylvania. They centralized the drain plug. These cast aluminum jobbies are nice. I'm reusing the oil pan gasket that I've got on it because it's one of those expensive blue Moroso rubber reinforced with steel jobs. But nice smooth pan rail, no flashing overlap. I've always had great luck with these pans. So I got the pan off, and I try to look at things, you know, to see if I can figure out a rhyme and reason why. You know, maybe it was the pan that was causing the leak. I won't know until I put this one on. Here's the gasket, and you can see all the compression marks from when I tightened it down. And the suspected leak was up here. And there's parts of it that are a little bubbled up. And when it bubbles up, that indicates to me that maybe the roll lip was pinching it, and maybe the leak was really the pan and the gasket after all. Not knocking Moroso's pan gasket, because this is a quality piece. But perhaps this gasket is best suited for a flat, thick flange rail on this style pan versus the knurled edge on a factory steel pan, where in the 1970s when this transmission was produced, it would typically use a cork or a neoprene cork composite style gasket. So, I may have been a victim of my own folly. Like I said, I won't know. You know, this took a softer, more pliable gasket, and this one's very pliable and soft with a reinforcement, but you know, maybe sometimes overkill combined with old factory stuff is a recipe for I'm going to be laying under the car 3 or 4 times chasing a transmission leak. Again, time will tell, but it's something to note, or something to be aware of. I make these videos to take the pain so you guys can learn from it, learn vicariously through me in my experiences. Okie doke. Alrighty, so there you have it. I'm not going to bother posting a link to where I source the pan from, because a lot of times I'll post a link and next thing you know you can't find it no more. I got it on eBay, it was like 90 bucks. Came with Allen screws. The only thing I didn't like about these Allen bolts, they're not tapered and the holes are drilled without a bevel. If they were to bevel the holes and give you Allen screws with a bevel on them, it would have been a better, it would have been a nicer, neater thing, but what do I know? While I'm down here, it's dark. Here's your vacuum modulator right here on the Turbo 350. Dad always says this thing shifted real short, so I'm going to make an adjustment to lengthen the shift out a little bit. And there's that Holly pan. Look how nice it clears the big B body. Definitely worth the money. Alright, I'm going to fill it up and take it for a ride.